Okay, I think we're working. Check, check, check. Hello. Check, check. I don't know if anyone's here or if they can hear me. Sound preferences. Input. Check, check. Hey, there's somebody there. Hi. Who is there? Good morning. Ah, there are two people there. Maybe there are three. Buenos dias. I hope the sound is okay. Hey, Danielle. I guess you can hear me. Still working with the new mic. It's always about the sound, which is what we're going to talk about in meditation this morning. So, we're going to do two breathing practices that will bring us into the aspects of the sound of our breath and the sound of life as yogis talk about it. And, oh, good. Awesome. Thank you. So we're going to do two breathing practices that help us to, from a physiological standpoint, they help calm our nervous system. They help to do that by bringing the mind to sort of a one-point focus. I say sort of because it's sound and movement and paying attention to something that we normally do without thinking about it and modifying it, meaning specifically our breath. So these, using the breath as the tool, we are able to focus our mind, right? So we're going to do two practices. One is to balance the breath. And when I say balance, it's not that your breath is out of balance. It's that we're bringing less asymmetry into the left-right aspects of your breath. And then for the second part, it's helpful, the breath that we'll be doing is helpful to modify your breath, to be able to change the length, change the sound, change the depth and breadth with D of it. So the first practice is called Nadi Shodhana. It's alternate side nostril breath. Became quite famous one election ago when one of the candidates was purported to have done it to help focus and calm her. So that practice, if you're a beginner, it's nice to have your peace fingers on your forehead, and then you'll place your thumb, and I'm using my right hand, your thumb on your just above the right nostril flare, and your ring finger, and kind of the pinky, the ring finger though, just above the left nostril flare. The more traditional mudra with the hands, positioning of the hands, is to have the peace fingers resting on the thumb pad of the thumb here, and then the same thing, thumb to the right nostril flare and ring finger to the left nostril flare. We'll be breathing in first through the left side. So you rest your hand here, breathe in through one side, hold block gently, don't smash your nose, gently hold block both nostrils at the top of your inhale. Then you exhale out the right side. So there's a gentle block with the ring finger as you exhale out the right side. Then you breathe back in through the right side, hold block at the top of the inhale, and out through the exhale. So that's one round, okay? And again, as I said, this is to help bring sort of this balance, we call it left to right, but again, reducing the asymmetries between the two sides of the breath, and therefore thereby bringing in this lack of duality, right? A little less duality in our lives. The second breath we'll be adding in to this meditation this morning is Ujjayi, victorious breath, but a very gentle application of it. I've heard teachers refer to it as the Darth Vader breath. It's also like the seashell breath, the sound of the ocean. The way we achieve this breath is to narrow or constrict the air around the base, the throat, around the base of the throat. It almost feels like you're doing it right behind the jugular, right above the jugular notch here. The two clavicle bones come together and you have this little notch. And just here, it feels as if you're breathing in through this part of your throat. And so, and so a way to kind of feel what that's like is I like to hold my hand up because I feel silly. Just pretend you're looking in a mirror, but pretend you're looking in a mirror and you're trying to fog the mirror, and you can go. So you feel this restriction around the base of the throat to make that noise and to create that, right? And we're going to try to create that same sound on the inhale as well. It's a little bit harder for that part. But again, you're getting a little bit of like the sense that you're breathing in through this point and towards the back of your throat. So the sound is something like, so we'll try that. Now, if it's not working for you this morning, please don't get anxious about it. It's the last thing we want to do is get a little more anxious right now. So if you are feeling a little bit like it's not working, whatever, you're simply going to try and breathe through the nose, both nostrils, in and out as I cue you to. The Ujjayi breath is just adding another layer, an aspect of sound, an aspect of concentration to create it, and to create, it's also helpful to create a change in the length of the breath in and out. Okay? Hope you're with me. All right. So why we're doing this is to create this focus and attention on your breath, and to start to hear the sounds of your breath, start to bring the mind into not only the sounds of your breath, but the really subtle sounds of your body, the sounds of life, as Yogi said, and to come into this sa hum or so hum sound that we can all tap into. The sound is, Yogis thought of it as the sound of life. It translates into I am that I am. And there are lots of wonderful, beautiful stories about how yogis were revealed the translation of this sound. But my favorite is that yogis back then were somewhat like us, but without the electronic distractions. They would sit somewhere for long periods of time and explore their inner depths, right? Because there wasn't anything else to do. There were no other distractions. And rather than going crazy with the idea of I've got nothing to do, they said, I must go and be, right? And a great seer was sitting for a long time and able to rest in a state of pure consciousness. And when he came out of that state, he realized he had this memory of being in that state of oneness with pure consciousness, with the universe, with the divine aspects of the universe. And yet he was still on this plane, and he realized there was this duality that existed with him. But he was at the same time able to experience that he was that. I am that I am. I am that universal consciousness, this divine aspect of the universe, and that universal consciousness, that deep consciousness. And so he was able to experience that and to recall the sound that he experienced through his breath, that breath and the sound of so hum. I am that I am. So this is where we're going. So please go ahead and find yourself in a comfortable seat and relax your eyes, your gaze closed, unless you feel that you need to see the Nadi Shodhana practice again. And in that case, just a gentle gaze without piercing towards me if you're looking at a screen. And Let's take a couple of breaths in and out without trying to change the shape or any aspects of your breath. And the palms are resting on your thighs or knees, and so you can use the tactile experience through the hands to help begin to turn your awareness in. Now bringing the right hand towards your face and placing either the peace fingers at your forehead or on the thumb pad. Your right thumb goes to the right nostril flare just above it, and your ring finger goes to the left nostril flare. Gently close the right side and breathe in through the left. At the top of your inhale, block both nostrils briefly, and exhale through the right. Breathe back in through the right side. Block both nostrils. Gently holding the right nostril, exhale through the left side. Breathe back in through the left side, practicing Nadi Shodhana for anyone who just joined. Block both nostrils. And exhale out the right side. Back in through the right. And then out through the left. So continue like that. Now you're breathing in through the left. Out through the right. And the mechanics of the practice, the more adept you become with this practice, those mechanics start to fall away a little bit more quickly. So there's less need to think so much about what you're doing, which side is which. And regardless if this is new to you or something that you've been practicing for a while, the mechanics of it do fall away. And you feel yourself just getting into the rhythm of the movement from side to side, of the air in through the nostrils. You recall to lengthen through your spine, to release tension through your shoulders, even as you continue the practice. So complete one more round here. And this time, or the next time that you happen to be breathing out through the left nostril, go ahead and, keeping your eyes closed, release your right hand down to your thigh or your knee. And let your breath adjust. And see the streams of air as streams of light moving in through both nostrils and down, expanding through your body as you exhale. And start to gently apply the ujjayi. So not a very strong or loud one. If you're practiced at this, you know what I'm referring to. If you're new to this, just a whisper, looking for the whisper of a sound of the breath as it moves across the base of the throat. And at first here, you're breathing, you are breathing and just allowing the breath to come and go at its own length without putting pressure into making it longer in either direction, in or out. Just a gentle, quiet application of Ujjayi. Your breath moves in and out through both nostrils. Gentle restriction around the base of your throat. Quiet application of Ujjayi. As the breath moves in on the inhale, you sense that it's coming in and down to that point just in front of your sacrum. And as you exhale, the energy of your breath that you just took in starts to expand and move outwards from that point into your body, into every cell. Each time you breathe in and down, the energy of your breath coming in and down, the light, wisdom, energy, in and down. And as you exhale, that energy, that light expands into, enlivens every cell at its own vibration. And the sound of the breath on the inhale is so. And on the exhale is hum. It's circular. Less and less distinguishable between the in and the exhale. Your mind completely absorbed in the cycle of breath, in and out, the drawing in of energy, the expansion of that energy and light through your body, through your entire being. So hum. Stay with it. And if you're using Ujjayi, go ahead and the next time that you exhale, relax your throat completely and allow your breath to become quiet and even more effortless. And maybe experience or feel the residual sound of the breath. So hum. Universal vibration of sound, life. So hum. And your breath is more and more quiet, more and more effortless. And you may have found that now the breath and its effortlessness, your mind has moved its focus to your third eye center, just behind the middle of your forehead. And you feel the vibration, you hear the sound, almost as a pulse. Feel free to stay here as long as you like. And when you're ready to come out, taking a deep breath in. When you exhale, let your chin drop towards your chest. Bring your palms together, rub them gently. Place your palms over your eyes. And place your palms over your heart center, the center of your chest. Place your right hand in a fist just below your navel. Left hand envelops it. You got to open your eyes to look at pretty strongly a point on the floor, just helping reground you before lifting your gaze back up into your room, into your space. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. If you are joining me, I'll see you at 7:35 for yoga. And be sure to use this meditation for the rest of the week. We'll be working with this practice for the rest of the month of April. Namaste.